Hello, everyone. It's Thursday. A few weeks ago, I visited Crown Hill Cemetery in Indianapolis, mostly for the bit that it was featured on a recent Vlogbrothers video. See the title card popping up on the upper right-hand corner now? But aside from that, I also had another purpose for the visit. I've been thinking a lot about names and how important our own names are to ourselves and the people we associate with. It's quite common for people to associate memories or other things with a certain person. Like if I were to meet someone for the first time, introduce myself, and have a conversation with them for a short time and then not see them again, depending on our conversation, they may remember me based on the topic of that conversation. For many of us, we say the name of a certain individual, someone who has notoriety, and given our previous knowledge, we may either know of that person or have never heard of them before. If we have heard of them, the name may raise some certain emotion or a personal opinion about that person. Regardless of what we feel regarding our own name or the names of people we know or recognize, names hold value, and I'd reckon probably more value than we may give them. If I were to say a name such as James Whitcomb Riley, unless you're thoroughly educated in American children's literature, you may have never heard of such a man. Unlike if I were to say the name Benjamin Harrison, those people who have a knack for history will know him as the 23rd President of the United States. Both Riley and Harrison, along with several other notable individuals, have their final resting places in Crown Hill. Now, the true power of a name, though, transcends the low borders of a 555-acre cemetery in the Hoosier State Capitol. Mentioning such a name as Fred Rogers, known to many as Mr. Rogers, strikes a chord with many American people who grew up viewing his television program on PBS from the 1960s all the way to the turn of the 21st century. It also, unfortunately, though, doesn't take much for the value of a name to be tarnished. Things like scandal can often lead to a name once proclaimed to become one that brings pain, suffering, and sometimes even disgust. There are many names that I can think of that would fit this category, but one that echoes prominently in my life was a regular part of my family's vernacular throughout my youth. I don't follow a lot of sports, but as a child, Penn State football was the exception. Names like Kurt Warner, Adam Talaferro, Larry Johnson, and Michael Robinson were only overshadowed by the man who aided in their climb to regional fame, Joseph Paterno, better known as Joe Paterno, or Joe Pa, the longtime head coach of the football team. Joe Paterno's name was forever changed after an unprecedented investigation into one of his assistants prompted him to be removed as head coach during the 2011 football season. This Saturday, January 22nd, marks the 10th anniversary of his death from lung cancer. I try to remember Joe Paterno as a model human, recognizing that even those we hold in such high regard aren't perfect. Someone's notoriety doesn't exempt them from imperfection. And I feel that sometimes we forget that. It doesn't condone the behavior some of them exhibit, but it further reminds us that we can't solely rely on humanity to be the example. For that, there's only one individual whose name transcends not only a 555-acre cemetery in the middle of the Hoosier State Capitol, not only state and country borders, not only a globe, but the universe. And that name is Jesus Christ. What's in a name? I guess it really depends on the person. God bless you all. I'll see you later.